When I started this project, I had no idea it would consume 5 years of my life and end up as ugly as it did.
영화 제작자 에릭은 플로리다에서 악명 높은 파충류 중개인을 조사하고 있었습니다. 그러던 중 독사를 데려가던 남자의 차에서 눈표범을 보게 됩니다. 그렇게 에릭은 대형 고양이과를 다루는 사람들에 대해 궁금해졌고
The big cat people are backstabbing pieces of shit.
본격적인 취재에 나섭니다.
What is a snow leopard doing in the back of this guy's hot van?
미국 내 대형 고양이과에 관련된 논란이 많았던 만큼 취재할 거리도 풍부했죠.
Here is a fact that may make you stop for a second. There are more captive tigers in the U.S. today than there are in the wild throughout the world.
에릭은 한 리얼리티 쇼의 제작자 릭을 만납니다.
Where do you want to start? I guess at the beginning somewhere. It was a crazy beginning.
릭이 촬영한 리얼리티 쇼의 주인공은 세계 최대 규모 대형 고양이과 동물원의 전 사장이자 현재는 청부살인죄로 옥살이를 하고 있는 조 이그조틱. 때는 몇 년 전으로 돌아갑니다. 조가 16년이 걸려 완성시킨 이 동물원은 많은 사람들의 사랑을 받고 있습니다.
Does it feel good to stand on my stage with 500-pound tigers? Absolutely. The only difference between my pet and your pet is mine have 3-inch teeth and they weigh 400 pounds.
가장 가까이서 맹수들을 볼 수 있고
As a matter of fact, you're going to get so close I can almost promise you some of you will be urinated on.
새끼 호랑이 쓰다듬기 행사 등으로 전국적 관심을 끌고 있죠. 또한 조의 특유의 쇼 기질로
Joe is an entertainer by nature.
맹수만큼이나 조를 좋아하는 사람도 많았습니다.
He had this live TV show that he would do for a number of his followers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JoeExoticTV.com.
이런 조의 모습은 하루아침에 만들어진 게 아니었죠. 그는 전국을 다니며 동물과 함께하는 마술을 펼쳤고
He put on a magic show which actually was pretty cool. He would use animals in it.
대형 트레일러에 새끼 호랑이들을 싣고 다니며 쓰다듬기 행사를 다녔습니다.
Look at me. Awesome.
이는 당시 호랑이 셀카가 유행이던 미국인의 심리를 철저히 파고든 것입니다.
Tiger selfies, a big trend on a dating app.
조의 GW 동물원은 유명인들에게도 화제가 되죠.
Alright, yesterday on my day off, I went to the GW Zoo. Shout out to Exotic Joe. I got 2 more tigers.
이렇게 잘 나가는 조에게도 스승이 있습니다. 바로 사우스캐롤라이나의 닥앤틀이죠.
Joe wanted to be so much like Doc Antle. He sent several of us up there to see his facilities so we could do the same thing at his place.
닥앤틀 역시 상당한 인기를 끌고 있습니다.
I am popular. I am so well known as big cat guy around the world.
조의 투어 프로그램은 대부분 닥앤틀로부터 배운 것이었죠. 그는 코끼리를 타고 대중 앞에 나타나고
Good afternoon, guys.
사람들이 관심 있어 할 만한 것들을 보여줍니다.
To see an animal going to chase that high-speed lure, diving into that crystal clear pool, people become wildly stimulated.
닥앤틀도 저와 마찬가지로 맹수를 사람들과 최대한 가깝게 접근시키죠.
For people to have an interactive, up-close, uncaged experience with wildlife.
The animal lets people like to bitch at you. The cub petting is abuse. In my opinion, it's the best education tool.
동물원의 인기가 높아질수록 수입도 기하급수적으로 늘어납니다.
What is the cost of admission here?
$339 is the start price, right? There's people that paid $655 for their tours.
하지만 사람들은 이렇게 많은 돈을 내고서라도 오고 싶어 하죠.
You can't put a price on holding a baby tiger. I hit the lottery. I'll pay these people whatever they want for me to go down to the reservation every day and play with them.
그만큼이나 특별한 경험이 될 수 있기 때문입니다.
We believe these incredible up-close experiences makes a connection between them and the wild world.
물론 동물원을 유지하는 데도 많은 비용이 듭니다.
It's a minimum of $10,000 a year to feed each tiger.
닥앤틀에 비해 비교적 규모가 작은 조는 스스로 발품을 팔면서
The game wardens in the highway patrol call us anytime they account or a deer gets hit on the highway.
비용을 최대한 줄이죠.
I can feed a tiger for $3,000 a year.
또한 부가적인 사업도 벌입니다. 닥앤틀은 영화 사업에 뛰어들었고
I made 500 gigantic international movies. From Ace Ventura, Jungle Book, Dr. Dolittle, Mighty Joe Young.
조는 번식을 통한 새끼 쓰다듬기 행사를 주력 사업으로 잡습니다.
From the time that they're 4 weeks old to the time that they're 16 weeks old, you can profit $100,000 on that cub.
그리고 이들을 지켜보는 사람이 있습니다.
Hi, I'm Carol Baskin, and I'm the founder and CEO of Big Cat Rescue.
플로리다에 위치한 캐럴의 빅캣 레스큐는 정부의 공식 허가를 받은 대형 고양이과 구조단체입니다. 캐럴은 동물 보호에 대한 자신만의 철학이 있었고
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that big cats don't belong in cages.
그런 캐럴에게 조는 눈엣가시 같은 존재입니다.
Man, if he ever had an enemy in his life, it was Carol Baskin.
People like Joe Exotic, what they are doing is breeding cats for life in cages.
And I picked up an Oklahoma newspaper one day, and here's this story about this trashy little roadside zoo, and it was me.
호랑이는 사람들이 과시하기 위한 수단일 뿐이고
The minute you meet one of these people that has an exotic cat, first thing they do is they whip out those pictures. It's all about, look at me.
새끼 쓰다듬기 행사를 위한 무분별한 번식은 잘못됐다고 합니다.
Breeding was his whole thing. The whole idea was to keep baby tigers being born.
또한 행사 자체도 옳은 일이 아니라고 하죠.
The toenails you gotta watch because they rip your face.
People who pimp out tiger cubs can only use them from the time that they're a few weeks old until they're about 12 weeks old.
생후 12주가 지나면 행사에 투입될 수 없었고
You can't keep them all. That's a bad business decision. Because, once a tiger gets out of the stage where you can use them, they're nothing more than a bill then.
그렇게 다 큰 호랑이는 매일 밤 조용히 사라진다는 루머가 돌았습니다.
We've had whistleblowers come to us and say that they've heard a gunshot in the middle of the night and the next day there's no cat.
캐럴은 번식가 행사가 가장 큰 수입원인 조를
There shouldn't have to be a place that rescues big cats from abuse in this country.
제대로 저격합니다.
Big Cat Public Safety Act would end the ownership of big cats as exotic pets and prohibit exhibitors from allowing the public to have contact with them.
그렇게 조와 캐럴의 악연이 시작되죠.
Her whole plan is to get her following to believe that we're abusing tigers and running us all out of business.
정확히 말하면 조가 트레일러를 끌고 다니던 시절부터 캐럴은 그를 주목했죠.
We started a program and we would contact the malls and explain to them why this was bad.
And they stalk every move you make.
And one by one, these malls started refusing to have him back.
다겐틀 역시 캐럴과 대립각을 세웁니다.
The Big Cat Safety Act, if passed, it will destroy private zoos across America.
It's not that having lions and tigers is bad unto itself. Properly managed wildlife can become a great tool for wildlife education.
캐럴이 지적한 건 동물관리 시스템뿐만이 아니었죠. 조와 닭의 직원 관리에도 문제점이 많다고 지적합니다.
And they're using those animals as the way of forcing these people into.
먼저 조는 갈 곳 없는 사람들을 직원으로 선정합니다.
The people who worked for Joe were misfits, and they were a family. It was a place where all these misfits could come together.
노동 착취에 가까운 조건에도
$20 a day. For 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours every day of work. Yeah.
조의 제안을 받아들일 수밖에 없는 사람들이었고
And his reasoning for it was, if this is all they have and it's decent, they'll work hard enough to keep it.
조는 이를 철저히 이용합니다. 근처 마트에서 유통기한이 지난 식품들을 직원들에게 식사로 제공하죠.
Joe would let them pick out what they wanted first. They'd carry bags of this expired meat and foods back to their mobile home.
말 그대로 모든 것이 최악입니다.
The washing machine didn't work. The water didn't run in the bathroom.
조는 이런 동물원에서 왕으로 군림합니다.
My own little town. I'm the mayor, the prosecutor, the cop, and the executioner.
다겐틀의 직원들도 마찬가지죠.
I just work all day, but I'm kind of like it's like a stay home.
8 to midnight.
8 a.m. to midnight.
You're working every day.
Yeah.
주급은 조의 동물원보다 더 낮습니다.
How much do people get paid?
$100 a week.
그럼에도 직원들은 괜찮다 말하고
So many of us are programmed to believe that, we need weekends off, we're only working 40 hours a week.
다겐틀은 이를 자랑스러운 듯 말합니다.
Weddings, funerals, and relationships at Christmas fade away because the 80 tigers will still be standing there.
직원들이 떠나지 못한다는 걸 누구보다 잘 알기 때문이죠.
And how are they going to even go and where will they go when they leave?
그런데 뭔가 이상한 점이 있습니다. 캐럴이 지적한 두 가지가 캐럴에게도 보이죠.
She's got tens of thousands of people out there brainwashed. I just called her a plain out hypocrite.
캐럴 역시 맹주들을 우리에 가두는 건 똑같고
She's saving the very best part for last because they love the turkey necks.
Why would you give to a facility to rescue animals to live in luxurious cages? Carol Baskin. Yep, that lady that profits over $1.5 million. Well, how about that one? That mountain lion sticking his head through a hole in the fence in order to drink out of it.
입장료도 받고
Tickets sold out really fast, and so we're so happy to see you all, you guys.
You're open to the public. You're doing bone tours, night tours, day tours, kid camps, weddings, you name it.
심지어 동물원 업무를 자원봉사자들에게 맡깁니다.
I don't pay anybody to do animal care because people will do that for free.
She is not a stupid woman. She makes everybody else do her dirty work.
I'm actually an intern, work 6 days a week, 12-hour days, basically fast-pacing through the volunteer program.
You definitely don't work regular hours.
그러면서도 늘 좋은 평가를 받았고
USDA do not care. They kept giving her a perfect inspection where we couldn't get one.
사람들로부터 많은 후원을 받았죠.
Every 2 weeks we get a check from Facebook, and last 2 weeks were like $23,000.
이는 캐럴의 빅캣 레스큐가 미디어의 중요성을 일찌감치 알았기 때문입니다.
Do you know the power you have if you search Google around the world and you're the first choice every time?
존은 캐럴이 사람들을 세뇌시켰다 주장하죠.
A tiger needs 400 square miles of territory in the wild, but the reason that we have cats in cages is to provide them a safe place to live until they die.
조의 리얼리티 쇼를 제작한 릭은 이런 의견을 냅니다.
In my opinion, Carol Baskin was as bad as Joe. They were both, taking advantage of exotic animals to make money.
결국 조와 캐럴의 싸움은 지저분해지기 시작하죠.
Before you bring me down, it is my belief that you will stop breathing.
조는 빅캣 레스큐의 상표를 교묘하게 베낍니다. 자신의 순회 공연 이름을 빅캣 레스큐 엔터테인먼트라고 짓죠.
He was handing out a business card that said Florida office and had our area code, a number that forwarded to him.
And it worked. People were contacting us and saying, "Hey, I didn't think you did this sort of thing."
캐럴은 조를 고소합니다.
It's like the Hatfield and McCoy. They go at each other. Oh, you did this. Well, you did that. Oh, I got this. I got that.
그녀에겐 조와의 소송을 평생 할 수 있는 많은 돈이 있죠.
And anytime anybody attacks her, she goes after them with her millions.
하지만 조 역시 물러서지 않습니다.
He continued to use the name, and he filed counterclaims to drag this out.
오히려 복수심에 불타서 동물원 관리에 소홀해지기까지 하죠. 하지만 소송 수료는 산더미같이 쌓이기 시작했고 결국 조는 상표권 소송에서 패배하며 $100만 합의금을 물게 됐습니다.
Saying that you get your day in court. Well, I don't feel we got our day in court. She had to result into financially draining us.
캐럴은 조를 확실하게 제압하길 원했죠.
The $1 million judgment, I just thought she did it to make a point. Look, I'm not going to back down.
그녀는 조의 모든 것을 가져갑니다.
She took the semi-truck and she took the tour bus, which in her opinion was a win.
하지만 조가 가만히 있을 사람이 아닙니다. 그는 오히려 도발하죠.
Tell me you want my goddamn bed too. Goddamn.
And say, here's your assets, come get them. It'd just be a pile of crap.
릭은 이 모든 걸 찍습니다.
All I did constantly was roll the camera, roll the camera, roll the camera to get all this shit on tape, and I had everything.
유명인이 되고 싶어 찍기 시작한 리얼리티 쇼.
Joe's ego was so big, way too big for his little body. He would have done anything to become famous.
릭 또한 돌발성 짙은 조의 쇼가 성공할 거라 생각하며 자신의 모든 것을 겁니다.
I want to make this show go. I know how great this reality show could be. It's so unique.
하지만 예상치 못한 일이 터집니다. 그동안 찍어뒀던 영상이 저장된 동물원 내의 스튜디오에서 불이 나죠. 그렇게 모든 것이 물거품됩니다.
I dropped my knees and I cried. I cried because all of our footage was in that studio.
사건을 조사한 보안관은 방화라고 합니다.
It was clearly an arson. It was a set fire.
누군가 목적을 가지고 스튜디오에 불을 지른 것이죠.
If you have a problem with me, take it up with me, like a man.
조는 당연히 캐럴을 범인으로 지목합니다.
I'm waiting for him to catch Carol Baskin in this.
그리고 공범으로 놀랍게도 이 사람을 지목하죠.
Because we got emails between her and my producer. She offered him $20,000.
조는 릭이 그동안 찍은 모든 영상을 캐럴에 넘겨준과 동시에 영상을 파괴한 것이라 주장합니다. 우선 릭과 캐럴이 메시지를 주고받은 건 팩트입니다.
I had sent Rick Kirkham a Facebook message and I said, I think you probably don't know about the person that you're working for.
또한 릭은 자신이 그런 짓을 할 이유가 전혀 없다고 말하죠.
Out of your fucking mind? It's like that's my retirement that just burned, okay? I got everything invested in that project that no longer exists.
He could have sold it to Carol, and Carol could be, just saving it for a rainy day.
그리고 여기서 다른 제보가 들어옵니다. 조가 범인일 수도 있다고 말이죠.
A scenario was thrown at me. Do you think it could have been Joe?
릭에 따르면 조는 어느 순간부터 릭을 두려워했고
I was the one person Joe feared the most because I was shooting everything in his personal life.
스튜디오엔 캐럴에 넘겨줘야 되는 물건이 있었으며
Some of the items within this fire were going to be under subpoena, and that was some hard drives and some videotape.
불이 나기 전 조와 릭은 큰 다툼을 벌였습니다.
We had gotten into an argument, and he was like, I don't need you. I can go on.
결정적으로 화재 사건이 이슈가 되며 전 세계에서 후원금이 쏟아졌고
Joe did take advantage of a lot of people. That's why I think the fire of the alligator habitat was a scam.
조의 동물원은 재개장에 성공합니다. 하지만 비켈 레스큐는 끈질깁니다.
We're not going to allow him to abuse the system and wear us out and cause us to go away and succeed at that.
이제 캐럴은 조의 동물원을 손에 넣으려 하죠.
I don't know if she wants the facility or she wants the facility shut down. But anyway you look at it, she wants to take over the zoo.
조 역시 여러 방법을 씁니다. 캐럴이 모든 소송을 다시 시작하도록 동물원 명의를 바꿔보고
When Joe pretty much maxed out all the credit cards, I wanted to put the zoo into my name.
이마저도 통하지 않자 부모님에게 모든 걸 떠넘겨봅니다.
Mom, pay for this attorney. That's every phone call. Mom, I need some money for this.
The trailers, the water bill, the electric bill, the cable, cable bills.
They've done so many transfers and quitclaim deeds, no one can keep track of it, not even an attorney.
Through the proceedings about the land and fraudulent transfer to his mother, the bankruptcy trustee went after her.
Grandma, are you aware that this happened? And she said, well, he shoved a paper in front of me and told me to sign it. I didn't think anything of it.
하지만 비켈 레스큐의 변호사들은 집요했고
Joe kept thinking if he changed the name, it would just derail him and derail him. Well, it didn't. They just moved it to another lawsuit.
결국 조의 부모님도 파산하게 됩니다.
Joe drained him dry.
이젠 동물들에게 먹이를 줄 돈조차 부족해집니다.
There's only 5 buckets of meat in there. There's 14 cats in here.
At that point, Joe was really desperate. He was going to lose the zoo. Carol was going to take it.
Carol Baskin, you've already stripped me of just about everything I own.
그리고 그때 제프 로우라는 사람이 마치 구원자처럼 조의 동물원에 나타납니다.
My introduction to Jeff Lowe was, hey Saf, this is our new investor.
He says he's rich. He's all about money. It's money, 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 money.
Jeff was a businessman for sure. You could tell he's been through the business world a few times.
제프 역시 어릴 적부터 대형 고양이과를 키웠고
And my first cats that I got were probably at 16 or 17 years old.
화려한 집과 차.
I think he got out there and he was enamored by the big house and the fancy cars and he thought that here's my next victim.
그리고 새끼 호랑이를 과시하며 사람들을 모아 자주 파티를 벌였습니다. 조는 캐럴과 싸울 수 있는 든든한 지원군을 얻었다고 생각했습니다.
He had the money to fight Carol.
I saw Joe bow down to Jeff.
그리고 그에게 동물원 명의를 넘기지만
And let Jeff open one in his name so Carol would have to start the lawsuits all over again.
후회하기엔 늦었습니다.
Let Jeff Lowe. Nope. I thought I could trust him. And oh my God, shit hit the fan.
과연 조에게 어떤 일이 있었기에 현재 동물원이 아닌 감옥에 있을까요?
As soon as he got the zoo in his name, the evil side of Jeff and Lauren came out.
추악한 인간판 동물의 왕국을 그리는 넷플릭스 오리지널 타이거 킹이었습니다.
Tell me what happened when Jeff Lowe got involved.
Jeff Lowe stole the zoo.
Wait, say that again?
Jeff Lowe stole the zoo.